Hey everyone, it's Pixelade here and welcome back to the channel. Today is an exciting day because we finally have more Paralives news. It's been a minute since we've heard anything about the game. I've been kind of quiet for a while. I've been doing some planning behind the scenes. I'm working on some stuff for you guys. I'm still working on it. I know I have not told you what it is yet, but it is coming soon, very, very soon, I promise. First, before we get any further into the video, I want to give a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon. If you want to join, a link is below. Thank you guys so much for your support. So the Paralives team took to Twitter today at 11:47 a.m. It's a little afternoon, so about 15 minutes ago I had to get like my whole system set up because I just like redid my room and rearranged everything, so like my mic wasn't set up properly. I had to fix my green screen so that it was facing the right way. I definitely was not prepared. I didn't think we'd be getting any sort of news today or this week at all, but they tweeted, "We've answered some of the most frequently asked questions we get in this new public Patreon post. Check it out." So this post was made privately for the patrons previously, but now that it is public information, of course I can share it with you on the channel. All right, answering your questions. Get a signed postcard. Hey there, summer has arrived here in Montreal, Canada, so I'm writing this week's post while drinking pink lemonade. Cheers, yes, lemonade gang, yes! We always love some ice cold lemonade. Get a signed Paralives postcard. It's time to send our third official Paralives postcard. We'll send it in June to everyone who will be pledging on the Hero tier $20 or Legend tier $50 next Tuesday, June 1st. If you are already on one of these tiers, make sure your address is up to date on your Patreon profile. We always create an exclusive artwork for our postcards, and I think you'll love the one Sonia made this time. We'll keep it secret for now until people discover it. When they get the postcard in the mail, here are the artworks Leia created for the last two postcards. I did receive them and they were so cute. I'm just so happy that the Paralives team sends this stuff out to their supporters. Like, this is just so thoughtful, and it's honestly what every video game team should be doing. Edit: the postcards have now been sent. The next one will be around the end of 2021. Now on to answering your questions for patrons only. Please don't share, but now it's public so they can. I'm trying something new this week. I thought it would be great to answer the most common and interesting questions we get about Paralives. Number one, when is Paralives coming out? A question that we all have in the back of our minds that we are just wondering and have been wondering for the past year or so. We have an estimated release window in mind, but we prefer to keep it secret for now to avoid disappointing people if we need to delay it a bit, which is understandable. We are working very hard to prioritize the game features needed for the release and to organize ourselves so we can release a great base version of the game as quickly as possible. Our goal is to keep updating the game for a long time after launch to add more content, more features, and improve the gameplay based on community feedback. Take a look at this page on the Paralives website to follow the development progress. So they do have a development timeline. I've gone over it a few times. I wonder what the release window is. So they're saying they have a release window, but they're not gonna let us know because, you know, they might have to postpone it or change it or set it back a little bit. But now I'm kind of curious. Like, I wonder if they have a window slated for next year, 2022, or if they think it's gonna come even later than that. I'm very curious, but I'm happy that they're confident enough to have a release window, but also keeping in mind that they don't want to disappoint people, so it's best to just not share it yet until they've made more progress and are more confident in that release window. Number two, are the Paralives developers fans of The Sims? Totally. Most of us have started playing The Sims 15 or 20 years ago and never stopped since. Some people might think that we're making Paralives because we've been disappointed by The Sims, but it's quite the opposite. We love that genre of games so much, and we think there should be more than one product exploring the concept. Oh my god, absolutely. There should be more than one life simulation game on the market. I'm sorry, one does not need to run the entire thing. And this is definitely going to be a controversial opinion, but by there being just one life simulation title, it basically gives room for slacking. Now, before you attack me, what I mean by that is because there are no direct competitors, there is really no motivation to make things better and better and better and better to try to sell, because it's the only thing out there. So if content comes out that's subpar, well, it's the only game out there, so people are gonna buy it anyway. Competition is good, just my opinion. And I think that this game, Paralives, is definitely going to ignite that fire. To continue, the Sims franchise did so many great things and changed the lives of so many people. We aim to make our own own game with our own twists and innovations, but we'll always have a huge amount of respect for the groundbreaking work done by all the talented developers behind The Sims. I definitely agree. Number 3, how do you handle the pressure and suggestions from everyone? Paralives development couldn't happen without the support from you patrons and from the community. It's a blessing to work on a game and get so many ideas and feedback as we go. It's true that we are under a bit of pressure because people share a lot of ideas with us and expectations are high. However, we have a strong vision for Paralives and it's pretty close to what the community expects, I think. Our goal is to stay true to that vision and deliver a game that will hopefully satisfy the expectations, but it means that we have to focus on what's important. We often sort ideas from the community and keep them aside, or for updates after the initial release. It's a bit of management, but it's going very well so far. Having support from the community has been a wonderful thing from the very beginning. They're definitely under a lot of pressure. Obviously, I feel like I definitely am part of that pressure considering that I cover content on Paralives and it reaches a broad audience. And when Paralives was first announced to the public, there were a few other news channels covering it at the time. I was definitely one of the first few, like one of the first 3 or 4 people that covered it. And my first videos on Paralives have over 500,000 views. It might even be more than that now. So it's like a lot of people became interested in this game very fast because the news of this spread like wildfire across multiple channels. Tons of people were covering it. It was getting lots of engagements, lots of shares. So it's like it all came at once. Like I can understand if it slowly crept in, but it literally was like an explosion in the Sims community. Like, do you guys remember when that happened? It was like a 2-week window to where this just was like blew up. And I do feel bad because I feel like I do have a part in that pressure, but I'm trying to give you guys the news in a way that doesn't like put too much pressure on them. Like I'm sharing the news, what they're announcing, but also letting you guys know that, you know, we need to be patient and we need to not have our expectations super high because this is a small team and this is in fact an indie game. All right, moving on to number 4 and the final question. A life simulation game is about managing characters, so why did you start with the build mode? A game like Paralives is basically 3 games in one: a house building game, a character creation game, and a character management game. It's pretty complex and ambitious. At the start of the project, I was the only developer and couldn't create every part of the game at once, so I started with the build mode. Para folks won't be able to live without a roof, furniture, and items to fill their needs, so it made sense. Then, as more and more developers joined the project, we started to work on other parts of the game like the characters, the paramaker, the animations, and so on. We're getting closer to a fully fledged game and being able to show you live mode snippets. I think that will be pretty exciting. So live mode's coming, guys. Live mode is going to come. They're getting ready. They're preparing to show us live mode snippets. I can't wait to see what that's like. I've just been so blown away by the build mode and everything that they've showed us with that. And then we got to see some of the paramakers. We got to see Maggie. Oh boy, I'm really excited. I don't know when that's coming, but I have a feeling it's coming soon because this was posted when? Let's go back and see when this was originally posted. This was posted in May, guys. It's August. And yeah, August 12th. This post is now public, so feel free to share it. I have a feeling live mode stuff's gonna be coming by the end of the year. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm not saying that's confirmed. I'm just saying, like, as speculation, I think possibly it could come by the end of the year. I don't want to rush them. If it's not ready, it's not ready. But hopefully next year we do see it. Have a great weekend and take care, Alex. Well, let me know down below what you guys think about these questions. If you guys have any more questions that you would like to ask the Paralives team, leave them down in the comment section below. Also, if you have any suggestions or critiques for the team, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below as well. I love you guys so very much. Of course, I want to thank you for clicking and watching. If you enjoyed this video, found it entertaining and informative, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you all next time. So long and happy simming, and also happy paraliving. Bye, guys.